Okay, the Penrith Panthers have already won the minor premiership with a game to spare. They are aiming to be the first team since 1959 to go the whole season only losing one game. The last team to do that was the Dragons of St George way back in 1959. It's been a long time since a team has been this dominant in league play. And yes, they've had a slightly easier draw than some of the other teams in the top five. You could say the Raiders, the Roosters, the Storm, they all look possibly better all-round teams when it comes to finals football because Penrith weren't there last year. But that turnaround from last year to this year has been remarkable, and a lot of that is due to their defence and Trent Barrett. Also, bringing Luai into the halves and Burton as a backup half again has been instrumental in where they are. Cleary's form, playing Origin, I think has helped him, and their spine is just settled, and there are tries all over the field. It's not just one player dominating. It's a team effort. It's a team collective. All the team are bouncing off each other. The combinations are there. But the issues were there last season, and there were issues about player recruitment, off-field issues, getting the balance of the team right. They've done that this season. They've learnt the lessons from last year very well, and they've also adapted to the new rules such as the 6 again and the Captain's Challenge very effectively. The speed of the game suits their style of play, and this has been a crazy season. But I think Canterbury will be a tough final opponent of the regular season. They play a scrappy style of football in a sense. They are always in games. They play with a lot of passion and a lot of heart, and their victory over South Sydney will make them more difficult than I think Penrith would expect. They may rest players next week, but they're obviously aiming to go for something that hasn't been done since the 50s. And I think that will be in the back of their minds that they want to finish this season winning, and when they receive that minor premiership on the last day of the season, they want to do it with a win. So I can't see them easing off the pedal against Canterbury. I can see them wanting to put a big marker down going into the finals. The teams behind them, like the Roosters, the Storm, the Raiders, Parramatta, they've all got more finals experience as teams. And the Roosters and the Storm, I think, and the Raiders, I think, are, when it comes to final football, probably favourites more so. But last time Penrith won in 2003, they were underdogs. And in 1990, they were underdogs. So they definitely have that up their sleeve, is that, okay, the fact they haven't played finals football recently may actually work to their advantage. The way they do play the game and their adaptation to the rules is their advantage. They play at a high pace. There's high energy, high pace. It's constant. And the combinations are working very well. They've been very lucky in not having too many injuries and too many suspensions as well. I think that's helped. They've got a very stable, balanced side. There's attacking threats throughout the team. Are both wide channels, centres, the spine. There doesn't appear to be an out-and-out weakness within this side. And they are a very, very dark horse for the overall grand final victory at ANZ. They are very dark horses. The confidence that the team is carrying as well. Now, the finals games are going to be much tougher than the regular season. But I think they're the best equipped they could ever be to get to the grand final and win. I think a lot of people are discounting them as grand final favourites because, yes, they've had a slightly easier draw, but they've got momentum and they have confidence. And the teams below them have suffered more injuries and more suspensions, and they've lost more games. And Penrith, the way to beat Penrith is to disrupt that spine of Cleary, Luai, Edwards. Disrupt Kickow as an edge forward. You want to disrupt these players, put a lot of pressure on them. And a lot of teams have tried and failed. So it's going to be interesting, but they win the minor premiership with the game to spare. So it's all to play for finals now. It's going to be a very interesting final series. I think all 8 teams in the finals, I think, do deserve to be there. I think Cronulla are possibly most likely the weakest, but all 8 teams who've made it to finals, I think, on balance of paper, I think deserve to be there. It's going to be very, very interesting, but I do think Penrith are the dark horses for the grand final victory simply because of their lack of experience in finals football in recent seasons. I think that could actually help them a little bit, but at the same time that could be a hindrance. It'll be interesting to see how they really do under immense pressure when they're playing finals football and when they come up against whoever they have to come up against. Most likely the Eels in the first match of the finals, but it doesn't matter. It'll be interesting to see how they adapt under finals football pressure, because that is a step up from the regular season. It's just a step below Origin level in intensity. So it'll be interesting to see how they adapt to that. But at the moment, they look pretty unstoppable. But thank you very much for watching. Place your thoughts below, and I'll have some more videos for you very, very soon.